This is Sue from the Bedford Free Public Library, and I'm here with another Feltboard story today. This one comes from Sweden and is called Soup from a Nail. One evening, an old woman was sitting alone by her fire when she heard a knock at the door. She went to see who was there, and when she opened the door, in came a ragged old beggar man. She asked him, "Where do you come from, and what do you want?" And he said, "I come from south of the sun and east of the moon. I've been traveling all over the wide world, and I'm on my way home. Would you be so kind as to share a morsel of food with me?" The woman said, "How can I share with you when I have no food for myself?" "Oh, you poor woman," said the old beggar man, "then I shall just have to ask you to share with me." And with that, he pulled a long iron nail from his pocket. "I have used this quite a bit lately in my travels, but there should still be some magic left in it," he said. The old woman said, "A magic nail? I've never heard of such a thing." "Why, yes," said the old man, "it's for making soup. Would you be so kind as to fetch a kettle of water for me?" So the old woman went and fetched a kettle and filled it with water and put it on the fire. And the man took the nail and he turned it around in his hands 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then he dropped it in the pot with the water and began stirring. He said, "The soup might be fairly weak because I have used this nail so much lately. It would help if we had an onion, but we can just do without." But then the old woman remembered that she did have an onion at the back of one of her cabinets, so she went to fetch her onion, and soon it was in the pot with the nail and the water, and the old man kept stirring and stirring. He said, "I did also make this soup once for a wealthy man, and he insisted on putting in beets and carrots. But that's quite fancy, and we're simple folk. We don't really need anything like that." But the old woman remembered that she also had some beets and some carrots, and went to find them, and soon they were rolling in the pot too, with the nail and with the onion. And the old man kept stirring and stirring. He said, "I did also once make this for the king himself, and he insisted on putting in some salt and seasonings and extra flavor." The old woman said, "I should like to try that. I'd like to have this just the way the king had it." And she went off and found some oatmeal for thickening and some salt and some other herbs and put those in the pot. And soon everything was bubbling and boiling, and it started to smell like soup. And after a while, the old man declared that the soup was ready. So the woman laid her table with her best dishes. She even brought out a bottle of wine, and the two sat down together to enjoy the soup. The woman declared that it was delicious, and she could hardly believe that it had been made from a simple nail. And that is soup from a nail.